What up, folks? I'm Ultrazilla, and today I have a review of the Gundam Universe GU18 MSN-04 SAZABI. That's alright, my zillions. Look at this really awesome art here. A little backlog review, one of the 2022 reviews I need to get done. And today I'm doing it because it is one of the things that is on sale, actually, on Amazon Prime Day. So you have a few hours left. If you want to get this, it's on a really, really good deal. I think it's like $23.99 or something. It's usually like 40 bucks plus. So this is a very, very cool. It's obviously the big boy of the Gundam Universe line. So I figured this is a great day to finally do this figure. So without any further ado, let's get to this review. And here is the SAZABI out of the package, and you do have to attach a few things to him. First up, the back skirt here, which for some reason I can't get to go all the way in, so it is coming out on me a bit. I'm not sure if I'm just not placing it quite right or what, or need some heat. I don't know. But it's this giant back rear skirt. Then you got these things here, containers, and you want to put them up here, I believe. Kind of like wings. There's one, and then you have another one that you want to put on the other side. So you have two container thingies that are up there, and then in those containers you have these funnels, which would go into these spots in there. There's a little tab there, and you want to pop those in. You get a bunch. You get 6 of them. So pop them in. I don't know how well I popped it in. I don't really feel anything. But there is a little hole in there, so, you know, as long as you press down on them, you should be okay. And the other one just rolled away on me. So there we go. All the containers are up there. And then, we're not done yet, we have these tanks on ball joints, and they go in here. So one in there, and then you get one more, and one goes in the other side. So there you go. Now we have the SAZABI with all of the back accoutrements on. But before we take a look at that further, he also comes with 2 hands. These are pretty much hands we've seen before. One to hold his blade and one to hold his gun. Interestingly enough, this does not come with a Tamashii Stage Act adapter like all the rest of them have. For his trigger hand here, which is interesting because it doesn't really go in, we have his beam shot rifle, just done in black, but I think the sculpt is pretty nice on it. I do like it. Can you see it? Well, there we go. I think that looks pretty good overall. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. And then we have the Beam Tomahawk. Look at this thing. This is a beautiful sword. Gold, looking all like energy-rific. Red handle, black around that. It's really, really nice and very different from a lot of the stuff we've seen in this line so far. So you can put that all the way up here if you want. Saying to put it all the way up to the top. It's pretty good. You know, you could also put it down here. I think it works pretty well too, and I feel like he holds it better here. The hand holds it better here, but I really like this a lot. And here he is holding the beam guns and swords. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I will say, I felt like getting these hands in was a little bit tough. You know, yeah, see that? A little resistance there, and I was afraid I was going to break the little ball joints there. So that's weird. I have never felt that before, you know, in one of these figures. But yeah, that was a thing. I definitely have to mention that. That was a thing. let's take a look at the articulation for this guy, because it is a little bit weird, because it's a lot going on here, so it does get a little hindered. The head moves around. The shoulders have, you know, a nice real hinge joint in here, so you could move these things, which is nice. And then, you know, the shoulders still have movement. You have a swivel up there, it's like a bicep swivel, and then you have a double jointed elbow. The wrist you saw. Then the body moves, but, you know, scarily. These hip joints, hip skirts do move a bit for you, but not a ton. You probably pull them out if so. You saw the back thing again. Don't tempt the fates on it. It's not coming out on me quite yet, which is good. Then the legs, you know, don't give you the biggest range of motion that way, and even this way, not so much. And there's the back thing that went. Swivel at the thigh there, and then you have, it's almost like a, it's like a double joint, but then not, and then the foot fell off on me. So, here you have rocker, and you can go back and forth on it. But yeah, there's things here that, you know, are a little bit tough to move around because of all that's going on here, unfortunately. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this guy in full, but I do want to mention that, you know, having played around with this guy now a little bit, like, I feel like the plastic feels a little more brittle in a lot of spots than normal. Like, I'm usually like praising Gundam Universe, like really solid sturdiness, but this parts here, a lot of the hanging parts mostly, but unfortunately that's a lot, and a lot of parts that go over that feel more model kit like plastic. Like here the feet feel good, but then everything around it feels like very light, hollow feeling plastic. I wonder if that was done to make this guy, you know, I mean, they still charged more for it, but, it, you know, I think because of his mass, and he's not, like, super, super tall, but he's got mass to keep costs down further. I don't know. I just, it doesn't feel good to me, which is unfortunate. Oh, yeah, these back things obviously move because they're on joints, ball joints and stuff, so. Anywho, these back things are all done in a dark gray, from the backpack on, and they look okay. You know, nothing amazingly, you know, amazing to write home about. There was that, which is this, which looks good from the back, and it looks good from the front, but there's not much going on there. You can see the, like, yellow kind of belt thing, pipe thing that goes around into a front kind of buckle there, and then the hip skirts have that nice note there, and they look okay. Sculpt is not bad. A couple of different shades of red there. I do want to put this back on there. The legs, you know, aren't bad. There's no paint on the legs at all, but, you know, it's kind of par for the course. You do have a lot of sculpt work, which is fine. Could be better. Got a lot of thrusters back here, which looks really cool. And the ankles are sculpted nicely as well. You might have seen it before. They look okay. The bottom of the feet look great. That back thing came out again, which is not great. Then the arms are pretty decent looking. I do like them. The chest looks pretty decent as well. This arm looks pretty good. I like these little, you know, thrusters on the sides here. They're pretty good. You got yellow paint in there, which is, you know, welcome. Give me more paint. The shoulder pads look decent enough. I like what's going on in here. That looks pretty cool. Let's get this guy as close as possible for the head sculpt, which is cool. It's very samurai-esque. I like it. I like his single eye thing there. Looks really nice in a metallic blue, and then that same color up there in that little triangle. He's got little spikies, which is cool, little antenna, and then the big spike on the back looks pretty good. His Darth Vader samurai helmet thing looks really nice. He's not bad. Proportions are, you know, Gundam Universe-ish. So, you know, big on the bottom. But, you know, I like that style. I think it's looked pretty good. I think proportionally he looks really cool. And, you know, when you look at him from far away, he's really nice. But when you get closer, yeah, I mean, there's two separate colors going on, which I don't mind. I actually think that's pretty good. But the feel of this guy is weird. And he does tend to feel a tad, he's not super loose, but he feels a tad loose. You know what I'm saying? Because it's got so much going on. So, I don't know. It was ambitious for them to try this particular Gundam. I do realize this antenna is a little bent. It was ambitious to try this, but I feel like, I don't know. I don't feel like it hit the right notes to make it properly great. You know what I'm saying? And for your size comparison, here is the Sazabi with a bunch of other figures you might have in your collection. And my final thoughts, well, he's a big boy. I can say that. But he doesn't feel that good. Like, I feel like there's a lot of, like, hollow feeling plastic here that you don't really get usually on a lot of the Gundam universes. Some maybe, but this one has a lot. And he just doesn't feel good. And he feels like he has a lot of breaking points. So, you know, I'm a little disappointed in it. But, you know, on a deal like there is going on right now, because it's Amazon Prime Day, I would say this guy is worth it, because he's a big chunky figure for like 23 bucks, 24 bucks, whatever it is. That's pretty good for what you're getting. You know, the regular price, not so much. But for that price, yeah, I would totally check it out. I will provide a link down below if you choose to do so. But either way, it was cool to finally do this guy, get him out of the backlog. I don't know what I'm doing with it now, but get him out of the backlog. You know, cut down my Gundam Universe reviews a little bit, because I still have a good chunk of those to do. A few more 2021s, 2022s, and a bunch of 2021s, so it is what it is. Just never got to all of them. But I did get to this one now, so there you go. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you could please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Help support the channel. Click that link. Click any of those links down below. Until next time, peace out, peeps.